Those family has meat every day but they don't need to buy. Their son is suspicious so he investigates. Today we will introduce you a movie. Extremely classic in the horror genre. Parents. At the beginning of the film, Michael and his parents Nick and Lily moved into a new home. He doesn't know why his parents like moving houses like that. After a while of cleaning, Lily's mother began to cook dinner in the kitchen. They eat the meal together. Michael's parents took a gulp of wine for every piece of meat. They look very satisfied. But Michael is different, he is a vegetarian. So he doesn't eat meat. Nick is still in the habit of getting his son used to eating meat. But seeing the food disguised Michael. So he got used to refusing his father's request. Also, Michael always had a question. Their parents eat meat every day. But he hasn't seen them get out to buy meat. Where are those meat? Michael was originally afraid of his father, so he always dared not ask. Not only that, when he went to bed, Michael often had nightmares. One night Michael discovered that the other room has noise. So he ran to see. When he found out that his parents' faces were covered with lipstick, they seemed to be biting each other. This makes Michael suspect that his parents are hiding a big secret. Michael has no friends, so Michael could only say a few words to his friend Millie. That day Michael was taken to the hospital to play by his father. Nick's father is a doctor. Every time after work, Nick has a habit of taking a walk around to check everything. It's mealtime. Lily does the same dishes. First she brought the meat to the blender to puree it. Then taste the seasoning, then mix again. The whole process was carefully observed by Michael. It feels like a giant sausage is wrapped tightly around him. Discomfort to suffocation. At dinner Michael cheered himself up, taking the courage to ask his parents, "Where does our meat come from?" Lily gave her husband a look, then replied with a smile, "In the refrigerator." Of course that is not the answer Michael wants. He finds Millie with boredom. The girl brought what her parents often taught her to comfort Michael. At the same time cheering for him, saying that he must have the courage to face all the things he encounters. Under Millie's encouragement, Michael surreptitiously hid under a hospital bed. He wants to know what his father does every day. Unfortunately, on the way back Michael was seen by his father. So he lied that he played near here. At that moment Michael discovered behind the car there was a strange bag. That night, to support his speculation, first Michael went to his parents' room to confirm that they were asleep. Then he stealthily went down to the basement where Nick usually forbade him to go. As soon as he got down to the place, Michael spotted a foot hanging in midair. Scared him so much that he didn't dare to turn his head to look. When he got to his room and turned on the light, he found Nick was there. Nick asks his son, "It's midnight, where did you go?" Fortunately there was a bit of snacks in Michael's pocket, which made Nick less suspicious. The next day Michael took the whole thing to tell his teacher. Also took the teacher to his interior room. But when the two of them arrived, they found out the basement has returned to its original state, nothing out of the ordinary. The teacher assumed that Michael had definitely had a nightmare. But as she cleaned the windows, a body suddenly appeared and fell right before her eyes. Scare the teacher to shout loudly. Michael also rushed back to his room. The teacher just turned around when Nick attacked her. It wasn't long before she turned into a delicious barbecue. Nick and Lily couple brought the barbecue back to the private room. They were suddenly attacked by Michael, ambushed on the side of the wall. But he was small, so he failed. Just like that, Nick tied his son to a chair. He told him the truth. It turned out that Michael's parents were both cannibals. After saying that, Nick immediately untied his son. At the same time, they hope Michael will eat meat with them. Nick saw that his son was not moving, then brought a piece of meat to him. Michael suddenly took the knife from the table, stabbed it straight at Nick. The beastly father carried his son straight to the basement. Lily wanted to save Michael, so she prevented her husband. The two of them started fighting. Eventually the two of them both perished. Michael took the opportunity to flee. In the movie scene, Michael returns to live with his grandparents. At the same time, he also brought the whole story to his grandparents. But the two of them were very strange, just listening without saying a word. After putting Michael to bed, Grandma put some breakfast on the table. But in fact, the topping is the meat that makes Michael feel disgusting. It turns out that Michael's grandparents were also cannibals. The movie is over. You guys should pay attention when you eat anything. Okay, we should stop here, like and follow the page for more interesting movies.